Welcome to Help Desk with Joe. This is show number 63 as we work our way up. And with me, as always, Joe and Justin. And Help Desk with Joe, doing the same thing week after week. We're plugging along. Joe's helping out the average person, businesses, community members, all with informational updates on things related to technology. So today, Joe, you got 3 good updates. I'm curious. You didn't give me any preview or just any preview of the stories, but they sound interesting.
Well, now I did give you guys a little spoiler. I said when it comes to this week's tip of the week, I'm going to break out my soapbox again. So hang on.
That could be anything, though.
Yeah, but just to give you a heads up, it's going to get interesting.
So, going to be a good soapbox deal. I don't even know which one you're talking about. Is this the tip of the week? It's going to be the soapbox?
Yes.
Okay, so we got to wait till last then.
Yes.
All right, I understand. Okay, well, get us started off. You got an Amazon update, and I'm always interested in that because, with the nature of our business, we have sites all over the place in 3 different counties, and so Amazon's a big deal for us. Yeah. So, update us on Amazon.
Okay, so I wanted to start out with attention Kmart shoppers, but I can't do that for 2 reasons. One, it's Amazon, and 2, would anybody really get that reference? But Amazon Prime Day is coming soon, June 21st and 22nd. And that's an earlier start than usual. So Amazon confirmed its annual sale event known as Prime Day will be held on Monday and Tuesday, June 21st and 22nd.
Ooh, now this is I don't know. As my understanding, you don't go spend a lot on Prime Days, but you always watch the sales and keep an eye on it because you're a technology guy with a technology business. So that always interests you to see what you can pick up.
Yeah, I use those days to find cheap gadgets for the ooh and awe factor.
Oh, yeah.
So that's what I usually do. And depending on how many ooh and awe gadgets there are, sometimes I can spend a little bit of money. And,
right.
But then Cena's on my case after that.
That you beat me to the point because I always ask you, I'm like, hey, what do you have your eye on? And you never say anything because I'm pretty sure you don't want Cena to get an upfront look at what might be bought.
Right.
And so you kind of keep your cards close to your vest there.
Exactly.
So am I wasting time by saying, Joe, what are you looking at? Anything you're eyeballing?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Or could you say...
that's what I thought.
Theoretically, what some person out there might be interested in, not you per se, but...
Ooh.
What sort of things should other people keep an eye on? Not that you'd be...
Right. Well, they haven't really talked much about what new deals are coming yet, but they're kicking off an early promotion aimed at supporting small businesses. So starting June 7th and running up until Prime Day starts, when Prime members spend $10 on items sold by a participating small business, they'll receive a $10 credit that they can spend later during the Prime Day event.
Nice. Now, and I know you've mentioned the local thing a couple of times now in previous shows, because that is a neat little feature. You go on Amazon and you shop local, and they put you, of course, you already have you should have your account and your address in there, and that's a pretty cool thing.
Yeah.
Have you seen some results from that, or do you even know if people are local or not?
We sell on Amazon,
right?
But we aren't like it's certain small businesses like they're the whole checklist you got to go through.
Okay.
Yeah, and I don't think we hit enough sales on there to be in that upper echelon or whatever.
So you're not necessarily listed as like a local then.
Right. Well, we are, but not to be featured.
I gotcha.
But anything to help small business, I'm all for. So hats off to Amazon on that. And actually, Amazon has a pre-Prime Day deal going on right now. So as of right now, Prime members are offered a free 4-month trial of its on-demand music streaming service called Amazon Music Unlimited, which offers up to 70 million songs. The company recently added lossless streaming support as a free upgrade following Apple's move to do the same for its own music subscribers. So
nice.
If you're not familiar with Amazon Music Unlimited, it's their entire music library.
Yeah.
No ads, no nothing. Just turn it on and go.
Now, the one thing that, I understand what they're doing. You can shop local small businesses by region.
Okay.
But I'm not even sure what region we're in. I don't know if we're northeast.
Yeah, West Virginia is one of those.
We're right in the middle.
Yeah.
I mean, we
And-
could be Midwest maybe, but I don't think so.
I've never seen us go Midwest. I've seen us be Northeast and Southeast.
Yeah, so we'll be one of those two, but it has a lighthouse and it has a palm tree. And I don't know that we fit either one of those.
Yeah, we're too far in to have a lighthouse and
Yeah.
too high enough for a palm tree.
Yeah. So
I consider
That's-
no man's land.
we're kind of caught right there. So I'm not sure how to shop like in our region because I don't know. I mean, we might be lumped in with Ohio and Kentucky, which I think would be considered Midwest. Because your other choices are Southwest, Pacific, and Rocky Mountains. So
Yeah, I'm not a geography expert, but I know for a fact we're way off of those.
yeah, so that's why when I'm looking at them, I'm like, shoot, they don't really have an Appalachian one, which they should because I feel
Right.
like we
that would capture things a lot more accurately.
yeah
Kentucky and
yeah Kentucky, Southwest PA,
yeah.
West
Mhm.
Virginia, parts of North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, just the Appalachian Trail.
Mhm.
But anyway, and then they got meet the business owners, the women-owned, innovator, black-owned, military-owned, family-owned, and makers. All interesting stuff. So it's great to see. And then, of course, they got to support small businesses with 10 different categories. So neat stuff. And that's featured right on the front page.
Is this a newer edition or something
know.
I just wasn't aware of? Totally.
It's
yeah.
been on there before because Joe's talked about it before.
Are you talking about Prime Day or the small business part?
Yeah, to shop locally option.
When COVID first hit,
We're totally left out of this
Yeah,
They-
we don't fit that in.
categories here. That does not.
Amazon really upped their small business support when COVID hit. So that it's still fairly new. But last year during Prime Day, they doubled down on supporting small business and did the $10 deal like they're doing now.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
So if you're looking for some great deals on Amazon and you're anxiously awaiting Prime Day like I am, June 21st and 22nd.
Now, will the deals not be, available for you to see what they are until the day of, or a couple days ahead of time? Or how does that work?
Typically, the way Amazon works is like their Amazon branded products, like their Kindles, their Echoes. Dave, here's your chance for your
Oh,
yeah.
Siri,
No, Alexa.
Alexa, Lunatic Fringe, volume high.
There you go. A lot of times they'll
Google, hey Google, Lunatic Fringe, volume high. I saw you glance at yours. Did it not pick it up?
No, I didn't pick it up.
Man.
But Amazon branded products like their Echoes and their Kindles and stuff like that, they'll usually start sales on those like a few days before,
Mm-hmm.
and then just run those deals on through the sale. So those you can pretty much guarantee you'll get a deal on, but everything else they kind of keep under lock and key.
Yep.
Interesting.
Yeah, it could be a big year for the Amazon Deal Day this year. I mean, it seems like
Yeah,
more and more people locked into the online ordering.
Yeah, I mean it's. I hate to say it, and I'm not sure how Amazon plays out. I know they don't pay their workers as well, and that whole fiasco.
right,
And they make billions and billions and billions.
right.
But it's so easy.
Yeah, yeah. It's crazy how easy it is.
Yeah. I mean, we do a lot of stuff local. Like Justin just picked up our race T-shirts and trophies and stuff made by local business. Mountain State Awards, and of course, we do all our computer work through UJO and A&M Digital Technologies, and we do a lot of our groceries and stuff local for our daycares and a lot of our food. So, but man, some of the supplies for our after-school programs, you just you got to get them. And I look at it two ways. So, what's your all's opinion here? If you shop at Walmart, are you still shopping local?
No.
Now, here's the caveat that came up in our office a couple weeks ago is that at least you're supporting a business that hires local people. Now,
Okay.
do they do a good job hiring them or, but they're providing jobs. Let's put it that way. They're providing jobs locally. So,
But also maybe pushing out some of the smaller.
yes.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
the smaller businesses wouldn't carry, it'd be the same as like what would carry it would be Dollar Tree, Dollar General, stuff like that. But they wouldn't carry as expansive list
Variety.
of stuff. Yeah,
Right.
variety. So I don't know. It's kind of a catch-22 almost. But
My biggest issue is when some of these big box stores come in, they, instead of competing with the little guy, they want to just gut them and just leave them for a pile.
Yeah.
And then jack the price up.
Yeah, I'm with you. And it's kind of crazy. And, we talk about it. Because, like, even ordering from Amazon, for instance, if we need, we'll just say, markers, art supplies. We need art supplies.
Yeah.
We could go to the local Walmart, get them, have one of our folks drive them to the site and drop them off.
Right.
But, man, you're paying gas, wear and tear on someone's car or vehicle, plus that person's time when
Right.
I can just have it drop shipped by Amazon and not incur any of those costs,
Free
wear and
shipping.
tear, or, risk to the employee.
Right.
Yeah, it's free shipping and super easy.
That's why we have the biggest majority of our suppliers, our vendors, will drop ship straight to the customer for us.
Yep.
And for that very reason, it gets there faster. Plus, it cuts down our costs. I don't have to have, spend a bunch of money on inventory just sitting on the shelf collecting dust.
Yep.
I can buy it when I need it and ship it straight to the customer when they need it. And it works out well for everybody.
You know what's funny? I forgot what your Amazon update was now. Justin,
Prime
you
Day's
have
coming.
one job, man.
weeks.
One job.
Couple weeks Prime Day, so keep an eye out on
And
that.
for the folks that don't know, Justin's job is to keep us from going off track.
Right.
He's a little slow to the draw this morning.
Yeah.
Only one cup of coffee. It takes at least two to keep you guys on track.
All right, so Amazon Prime coming up. Okay, I got it. So, are you going to drop a hint on? Have you looked at anything and thought, well, that might be interesting?
Not yet.
Or as Justin said, is there anything you feel like people should look for that might be?
If you're in the market for a new Amazon device like a Kindle or an Echo or anything like that, be on the lookout for those. But everything else, they kind of keep a tight lid on.
Gotcha. So it's a day of deal, huh?
June 21st, you said?
Yes.
All right.
That's a ways away.
Put it in your calendar.
I won't even remember that. We're going to have to cover this again.
Well, let's see. What day of week is that? Is that Saturday?
No, Monday and Tuesday.
Oh, okay.
Interesting.
All right.
So I just got a feeling we're going to put. So I guarantee our shows are going to stay on at least Wednesday that week, right?
Yeah.
So we can talk about what all we did get.
Yep. Could be a short, boring story.
I was
for
going
me.
to say, I know right now Cena's already vetoed most of your stuff before she even knows what it is.
Yeah.
And
but
I'm not ever buying anything like that for myself personally. So that leaves you, Justin. Is there any chance you'll do Amazon Prime deals?
Could I get an expense card
I assume you're talking to
for
Joe.
research?
now, see, usually I can fly under the radar with Cena purchases. I don't get caught till after the fact when she gets a bill and go, "What's all these charges for?"
Yeah.
The paper trail leads back.
So then
to
always before Justin, I'd throw Dave under the bus and go, "Well, Dave said we needed to review it for the show." So
Uh-huh.
now, unfortunately, Justin, you're going to get lumped in on that throw too. So just a
Yeah.
heads up.
Nice. You're welcome, Justin. The wrath of Cena. And if you don't know, Cena is the lady behind the scenes at A&M Digital Technology doing all the heavy lifting. So, yeah. Anyway, all right, EA update. Story number 2 here.
Okay.
I don't even know what
So
EA
is this
is.
like the EA Sports?
Yes,
type-
Electronic Arts.
Okay, all right.
video game company.
Yes.
Okay.
So they have a new game out, and it's called Knockout City. And they're actually doing something a little different here, and I'm kind of impressed and I'm kind of intrigued on how well this is going to work.
Really?
So Electronic Arts released a new game called Knockout City, and it's free to new players until they reach level 25. So this is a dodgeball type of game that when they first released it, they was going to give everyone a chance to try it out for free until May 30th. Now, EA is doubled down and saying, here's the game, you can play it for free until you reach level 25, and then after that you decide if you want to buy it or just delete it.
Really?
So it's a multiplayer dodgeball game that if you like it and you want to keep it, you have to pay $20 to unlock all the features for the full experience.
Huh. Have you played it?
No, I just found out about this last night.
Oh, what do you play it on?
Uh,
Okay, I see it. Never mind. PlayStation, Xbox, whatever that symbol is. Huh.
Yeah. Looks pretty kid friendly.
Yeah.
Throwing balls at people, not blowing anybody up or anything.
Now, if you have EA Play or Xbox Game Pass Unlimited, you can also get the game on there as well. And here's another thing I liked was if you have friends playing the game on a different console than you, that doesn't matter. EA has Knockout City available to cross-play between platforms. So now, if I have a PlayStation and Justin has an Xbox, we can still play against each other online. We don't have to have the same console.
That's awesome, because I know the kids struggle with, who's got Xbox, who's got PlayStation, and, going back and forth.
Right. And I found this trial set up different. That's why I did a story on it, was they're going to let you download the game, and you're going to be able to play so far before they hit you with the
old bait and switch.
Yeah. And it's not even like a demo, because a lot of times, I remember growing up. Justin, do you remember growing up with the demos we would get, like PlayStation, where it only give it like the first 10 minutes of a game, and then that was it?
Mm-hmm.
With this one, you get the full game, all the bells and whistles until you reach a certain level, and then they...
So the level being like your character has built up their stats to a certain point.
Yeah. And then they hit you with the dollar.
Yep.
So this method's a little different, so I'm interested to see how well it plays out.
Can you do this on your phone, or is it like a video game only?
Let me see.
I'm curious about that. I don't know what all the symbols mean.
Okay,
Nintendo Switch.
Yeah, Switch, Epic Games, so that's computer, Steam computer, Xbox, PlayStation. So
it's a video game only on
not a
console.
Mobile. Yeah.
Interesting. So I wonder if they're going to just start going to phone-friendly games at some point. Because, these are okay, but, man.
Now, do you think there's any way to skirt around having to pay, or pretty much once you reach that level, there's no way around it? At that point, you either have to stop playing or pay up.
Check with the hackers, man.
You couldn't keep playing as a level 24 for free forever. Once you hit 25, comes the put your credit card in.
I don't know. I'm anxious. That's why I'm anxious to see how this plays out. Although with a lot of this stuff going online nowadays, there's kind of checks and balances in place. So unless there's a way to completely root around that, a lot of this backdoor stuff is a lot harder to go around than it used to be, because it kind of phones home every so often and checks in for updates and stuff like that. So, but I'm sure given enough time, there'll be some hacker somewhere who goes, hey, do this, and you can go all the way around it.
Yeah, interesting, the $20 price point too. When we were growing up, games were at least $40 or more.
Oh yeah.
Some of them $60, and now...
Is that a $20 one-time fee or $20 a month?
$20 one-time fee.
Oh, that's not too bad.
Yeah. I kind of like, having the option of playing it for a while to see if you like it, and then...
Yeah. Oh, well, it gets you hooked in. You build up your character, and then you're like, crap, for $20, do I throw it all away, or...
Yeah, they said level with the level 25 status, that's going to at least get you a few hours of play, so that way you can get in there, get used to the game, and get hooked, in other words, and then decide if you want to drop the money on it or not.
Yeah.
The first one's free, then we start charging you.
Yeah. Interesting.
So we'll have a review of how your character's doing on the game, Joe, coming up. Whether you're taking out lots of 10-year-olds with dodgeballs.
I hadn't given that one a thought, but I may actually give this one a shot.
Yeah.
Like you did on the last one, go around and just, go wreak some havoc. I don't even know.
Yeah, like on Among Us.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We see how Joe's mind works.
Yeah.
Mess with people.
Yeah.
Cause havoc and chaos.
Anything for a laugh.
Yep.
That's funny.
Have you continue to play Among Us?
A little off and on.
Mm-hmm.
I played Sunday night for about 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's one of those. It's nice for a quick jump in, get a couple rounds in, and then I'm good for a day or two. Are you guys still in on that, or?
I have not.
Have you not?
No.
Justin, you still in?
I think I played one game after our review, but then
Yeah, it's one of those I can't. That's a style of game I cannot find myself being hooked on that I can play, multiple times, hours on end. That it's good for a quick fix, and then I'm done.
I think the hard part is getting into a game, actually starting a game. That
Yes.
takes 5 minutes sometimes.
Yeah, and it all depends on who's running the room, because sometimes they'll start the game really quick, and
Yeah.
then some people that take forever to drag their feet.
So that's why.
Yeah, if this is, well, it's already proved this can be successful. The lower price game that you get millions and millions of people into. I wonder if EA will continue to do this sort of thing, where like a $20 game that you start out and then get your character built up, and then
boom,
you got to
hit
pay,
you.
sort of thing.
Yeah, I'm anxious to see
Might
how
see
this
that
one
more and more.
cranks out. So stay tuned.
A new
Yeah.
trend.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And we're on it right from the get go here.
Yeah. Good job, Joe.
Thank you.
All right. So now you got an FBI update. This one
Yeah.
scares me.
Yeah, this is.
So this
What's going on out there?
This is actually good. You guys remember a few weeks ago when I reviewed the website haveibeenpwned.com?
Yep.
Okay. So the FBI is now going to start feeding haveibeenpwned.com compromised passwords for their database.
Ooh, the FBI is sharing their knowledge.
Yeah. So the FBI, Have I Been Pwned is now officially an open source project since they're getting community input.
Huh.
So Have I Been Pwned, the website that gives you a way to check which of your login details have been compromised by data breaches, is working with the FBI to grow its database. The partnership will give the website access to fresh passwords as they become compromised, depending on what the feds are investigating at that moment.
Right.
Troy Hunt, the website's creator, has announced the partnership, explaining that the FBI reached out to ask if there's a way to provide the agency with an avenue to feed compromised passwords to his website and surface them via the Pwned's passwords feature. As Hunt explained, the FBI is involved in all sorts of investigations into digital crimes such as botnets, ransomware, child danger, and terrorism. The compromised passwords they find are often being used by crime rings, so the password's quick addition to the database is extremely helpful. That said, the website doesn't have a way to quickly feed passwords into its database yet, so they're going to work on that part of it to get the FBI to kind of fast track dumping the passwords into the database. But hats off to Have I Been Pwned. They've been around for quite a while now. Now that the FBI is saying, "Hey, let's help you guys out," this is exciting.
Yeah. I'm still impressed the FBI is willing to share the knowledge. Have they ever done that before, or do you know anything about it?
Not that I know, not to this scale.
Interesting.
Yeah, it just makes it that much more of a powerful tool the more
Yeah,
info
yeah.
you feed into it.
Yep.
Well, and I think since the FBI is feeding it, they're more willing to open up since they approached Have I Been Pwned, and they're kind of controlling the stream of what hits Have I Been Pwned servers. So.
Yeah.
I
Huh.
feel like that's what it's going to take. You need cooperation across the board from all sorts of different agencies and private enterprises, and because the hackers are just constantly working, and
Yeah,
they capitalize on lack of information out there to compromise people's information.
And how impressive is it on Have I Been Pwned's end to have the FBI approach them and say, "Hey, would you mind if we send some information your way for you to post to the public?"
Yeah.
That has never been done. I mean, that I'm aware of. I'm sure it's happened, but to have the FBI knocking on your door for a good thing, because it's usually you hear about the guys in the black suits, and all of a sudden you disappear in the net and nobody ever sees you again. So.
Yep.
So for the FBI to step up and say, "Here, let it help us help you," it's rather interesting.
Do you think that'll be a continuing trend? Like, will it go to other aspects of web stuff, or is it just going to be with this?
At this point,
Is there a need to go to other safe checking,
kind of
whatever?
safe
Yeah.
havens.
I mean, I don't know if there are more. I just
Right.
assume if there's
I
one,
would-
there's probably like 5.
I would first say no, but considering the FBI is knocking on their door, I'm gonna hit it with a never say never kind of deal. There may be other entities out there that we're unaware of, or even in overseas somewhere, that they say, hey, let us help you guys out. Let us send some information.
Yeah.
So anybody that's unaware, the Have I Been Pwned website, it's a website that you can go in there and check and see if your password or your email address has been part of any of these data breaches, and then that gives you a list of websites that's been associated with to give you an idea of where you need to reset your passwords. It's absolutely free, and the website is Have I Been Pwned. That is Have I Been BEEN Pwned PWNED.com. It's absolutely free. You go in there and you can type in your password that you normally use, and what it does is it searches all these databases from these data breaches and tells you how many times that password has been found in data breaches. For example, here's a fun one. Okay, go to passwords. I'm just going to do password 1. Let's see how many times that Okay, the password 1, all one word, all lowercase, has been pwned, has been seen 2,427,158 times.
Wow.
So just off that number, if your password's password 1, please change it immediately.
Yeah. Interesting. Huh. Okay.
Yeah. I try not to use something that is easily discovered, like your address or, something associated with the road you live on, or
right,
or birthday. Try to switch it up a little bit.
Right, and each website should have its own password. And I know Dave's sitting over there
I just flipped the camera to the one above you so we can see your screen. You're looking at the kickball stuff.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so I'll go back to Have I Been Pwned.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can't see it real clear, but.
Okay. Yeah, so the Have I Been... Well, actually, we can pull it up on your screen, Dave. Create a window on Justin's screen. I'm going to come around.
Create a window on Justin's screen.
Yeah, open up a web browser and drag it over to his screen.
Going the wrong way.
Yep,
There we go.
You're good. Okay. So now go ahead and go to the Have I Been Pwned website.
Alright.
Oh, you're not typing. Oh, okay. Yeah, you're good. You're good.
How do you spell it?
Right there. Hit enter.
Okay. Is that it?
Yep. Okay. All right, so leave it right there. And go to...
So we got Joe leaving his post to come over here and do computer work. This is what I like.
Okay. Display capture.
Yeah, I think you okay it and then it'll...
There we go.
There you go.
So now just turn that one off when we're done.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay, so now you see the Have I Been Pwned website. In the main page there, you can put in your email address or your phone number, and this will give you a list of websites that your email address or phone number has been associated with these online hacks.
Is there one you want me to try? Just give me your phone number, Joe. What's your phone number?
Yeah.
Actually, so can we use like the patch office phone number?
Yeah. Yeah, that's a pretty safe number.
Okay. Good news.
Yeah.
None found.
So that email address has not been associated with any online hacks.
So we'll do... Try Justin's stuff here.
Okay. I put in your patch email address, Dave.
I just put in Justin's.
Okay. I put in yours, and yours has been in, your work email has been found in 10 data breaches.
Really?
Yep.
Oh, yeah, there we go.
So now click that 10 breaches and it'll... Okay, well, wait a minute. I thought it gave me a list.
Well,
Okay, yeah, if you scroll down, it'll give you the list of websites that it was associated with. So go back and just click Pwned.
okay, there we go. Yeah, largest breaches.
No, scroll back up.
Okay, sorry.
Click Pwned again. Now just scroll straight down. Adobe, Apollo.
Okay, this is where it's actually showing.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, one of them's from 2016. All right, interesting stuff. So, if you're interested, you can go through.
And then you can scroll back up to the top and click passwords, and you can actually check the passwords that you use and see if they've been...
Nice.
Definitely. Yeah, that's useful to know.
It's interesting and kind of scary at the same time.
Yeah.
Oh, it doesn't show it. I just did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
8 million times.
Which is not my password, but I know that's one that people do just to get in order.
Yeah.
Make it easy. But anyway, yeah, that one. So don't use the 1 through 9.
Yeah.
That's bad news.
So the vast majority of these hacks, so to speak, they're probably all bots that are just doing. It's not like actual person sitting there putting in and trying to compromise people. Every single email out there, it's all automatic at this point.
So,
Well, not necessarily, because when these data breaches go out, a lot of these hackers go ahead and just download all this information. So then they could they're more likely they would use bots to make the job faster. But then if your email address was on that list and you didn't change your password, then technically I could sit down and manually do it myself if I wanted to.
here's the funny part. I did 2 through 10.
Yeah.
Only 815 times.
Well, I typed in literally the number 1 and then the word through, THROUGH, and then the number 9, 1
Yeah.
through 9,
Yeah.
410 times.
Well, I just did 3 through 11, 15 times.
Oh, you're getting there.
So 4 through 12, down to 359.
You're getting there. Dave has a new toy now.
Yeah, 13 times if you go 5 through 13. So there you go. Just some minor changes, and you can safe in that password right on up.
There you go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Pretty cool to see.
Yeah.
Back to our normal broadcasting after I
Normally
played
scheduled
around with.
program already in progress.
Yeah. Playing around with the password deal. Okay.
All right. So now we're down to this week's tip of the week.
Tip of the week.
Here
I
I
love
am.
these tip of the weeks.
Yeah, I'm dusting off the soapbox as we speak.
Yeah, so this is bad news because if you're on your soapbox now, in the past you had about 6 straight weeks where you helped me out with,
Yeah.
Bark and my kids and internet safety and all kinds of good stuff.
Right.
And now you're back to helping everybody else.
Well, no, not necessarily.
I'm
Depending
joking.
on what device you own here, Dave, this may include
Ooh,
you.
okay, yeah. Because I was gonna say there for a while, I was like, man, these tip of the weeks are awesome. I'm using them. I'm
Yeah.
in, and especially that 2-factor authentication.
Yeah.
There's something else about passwords you told me about, but I didn't do that yet.
Using a password manager and make sure
Yeah.
each website has a different password so your password wouldn't show up on these
Yeah.
little databases.
Minor things.
Yes. Security is such a minor thing.
That's why I have a technology guy.
Yeah, I think I feel another ulcer coming.
Yeah. All right. Well, tip of the week. Let's hear it. Soapbox. I'm ready.
Okay.
Lay it on me.
So Amazon, in their infinite wisdom,
Oh,
we
boy.
sit here bragging about Prime Day.
Yeah.
Amazon is releasing a new feature starting June 8th called Amazon Sidewalk. And what this nice little feature does is it shares your internet connection between all of your Amazon connected devices to supposedly help your neighbors out.
Time out. What?
Okay, that was my reaction.
So you're going to help your neighbors out by sharing your Amazon information?
Your internet connection.
Huh. Okay. Explain.
So Amazon is planning on to automatically enroll owners in its devices into a program which would share a slice of your internet connection with your neighbors. The shift will take effect as of June 8th, according to multiple published reports online. So Amazon Sidewalk is a low bandwidth shared network. The tech giant says it will not only allow your devices to work better, but to help locate lost items. So here's how it works.
Yeah, you beat me to it because I was thinking, how does Amazon have anything to do with my internet connection?
Okay, so here's how it works. Let's say Dave has an Amazon Echo in his house, and I have one, and we're neighbors.
Okay.
And the internet connection to Dave's Amazon Echo is kind of weak because his internet box is on one end of the house and his Echo's on the other.
Right.
Well, my Echo in my house is on the same side of the house as yours, and I have a really strong signal. So, according to Amazon Sidewalk, my Echo can start sending out a wireless signal, and your Echo can pick it up, and you can start piggybacking off of my network at no charge. Or, if you decide to stop paying your internet, or if your internet goes out.
Oh, hold on.
Okay.
How? What if, like, so at my house I have a password on my internet?
Right.
As long as it cuts through that Amazon Echo, it'll.
Yeah, the Amazons will talk to each other regardless of the Wi-Fi password.
Really?
Yes.
So Amazon's able to bypass that.
Yeah. Plus, let's say your internet, and here's how they pitch it. If Dave's internet is out, but mine's still on, the device will still work, so Dave can still be able to listen to his lunatic fringe.
Well, let me ask you.
Okay.
If I don't have internet at all and I just bought an Amazon Echo, there you go, you're pointing at me.
Bingo.
Okay.
Yeah, so if Dave wants
Now I have internet.
Yeah, so if Dave wants to be a slime ball and use an Amazon Echo but not pay for the internet, guess who's flipping the internet bill? Old Joe.
Well, surely they have something in place to block that, right?
Yeah, but this is also Amazon we're talking about, and their record for security is subpar at best. So Amazon says their Sidewalk feature has multiple layers of privacy and security to protect your personal information, but users will have the option to turn off Sidewalk should they decide not to participate. Right here, customer number one to turn it off. So now, according to Amazon, the network shares a small portion of your internet, so it doesn't take much of your bandwidth, which is pulled together to provide these services to you and your neighbors. So, and when the more neighbors participate, the network becomes even stronger. Well, duh. If everybody's sharing everybody's internet, of course the Amazon signal is going to be stronger. I mean,
yeah, you got to wonder who was asking for this. Nobody, it seems like.
Exactly. This was a solution trying to find a problem.
Wow.
That's a good one. Well, man, that's so tricky. Because, I mean, I understand if you got a kid playing video games and yet someone else in the house is trying to do something and your neighbor's not doing anything. You know, if your neighbor's like me, barely using the internet, but has it.
Right.
I mean, my internet could be a big help for them to stream better or do whatever better.
Well, and it's not even so much as streaming on that kind of stuff.
Well, I just mean, you know, whatever you're doing there, you would have a better internet because you could share.
Right.
And if you're both paying for it, then what's the big deal? So.
Well, there's so many security flaws that could come out of it.
Yeah. No, I understand that. I'm just saying the concept, though,
right.
is.
Yeah, it's one of those that looks good on paper until you start
Yeah,
digging.
we're going to share, and as long as everybody's paying for internet, then nobody's getting anything for free. And I'm a cheapskate, so maybe even getting it for free is not a terrible thing if it's just for like Amazon stuff.
Right.
I don't know how that would work, but it's kind of, I don't know. Well, it's one of those boundaries that you just don't really want to see crossed.
Right.
Because what's next?
Exactly. And from my standpoint, I have Frontier service, and if you've listened to any of these shows, you know I despise Frontier.
Oh, yeah. Well.
Terribly. Did you turn that screen off, by the way?
I did not.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, I mean, it's not on our...
Okay, then you're good. You're good. Okay, yeah. That's all I was worried about.
It's no longer being shown.
Okay,
yeah.
That's all I was worried about. Okay, so...
Well, hold on. Let's back up.
Okay.
Realistically, though, you live out in the country, so
right.
Nobody's going to be able to...
But my internet is so terrible anyways.
Yeah,
I don't need to be...
Yeah, you don't need anybody else sharing with you.
Yeah, I'm barely able to watch Netflix and not buffer the way it is. I don't need that last little buffer.
Yeah.
data going to my neighbors so he can sit there and listen to Lunatic Fringe all night. No, thank you.
I agree.
Is this going to be automatic and then you have to turn it off? Or?
Yep.
Yeah, they should have done it the other way around. Turn it on if you want to have
Exactly.
this thing, but not.
Yeah.
not an
Nah, it's
automatic
an easy
thing.
trick.
Yeah.
The old click this box if you don't want this service automatically going.
Yes, so if you're wondering who all this affects, I have a list of devices.
When will it take place?
June 8th.
Okay, so that's next
week,
this
yeah.
next week, yeah.
Yeah, next Tuesday.
Okay, so everybody listen up. This is important. This is Joe's tip of the week / soapbox, but this is one of those ones you want to pay attention to
Yes.
and listen carefully.
So if you have a Ring floodlight cam, a Ring spotlight cam, wired or a Ring spotlight cam mount, an Echo, third generation or newer, also called the Alexa. A lot of people refer to as Alexas. The Echo Dot, third generation and newer. Echo Dot for kids, third generation and newer. Echo Dot with clock, third generation and newer. Any Echo Plus, all Echo Shows, Echo Spot, Echo Studio, Echo Input, Echo Flex. Be sure to go into your Amazon Alexa or Amazon Echo app and disable this function. It'll be called Amazon Sidewalk. So go in the app, look under those settings, and turn off Amazon Sidewalk as soon as you find it.
I wonder how they came up with the name Sidewalk.
Probably the concept of, we're not going to be in your house, we're just going to stand out here on the sidewalk and use your internet.
I was thinking like, just quick
Yeah,
transits to other places,
right.
but not like a major highway or anything.
Yeah.
Just a sidewalk.
Now, if you also use Tile, which is a Bluetooth tracker that people use to keep be able to find their keys in their house and stuff like that,
Yeah.
that's going to be supported as well.
That's kind of crazy.
Yeah, so if you have a Tile, turn it off on there too.
The good news is I don't have any of those devices.
Good. See, I didn't know if you had an Echo or not.
Nah, I don't know.
Now, Joe, could you picture a situation where maybe this would come in handy for whatever reason? Something fails on your end, and it could pick up and piggyback off your neighbor, and then it would keep your security camera going, or something like that, or not really.
Honestly, Justin, I have sit and thought about that.
Where it might come through and actually help you.
Yeah, I can't find a situation because a lot of this, I mean, the Echo Dots, I can probably, if I have my whole house connected to my Echo, if my internet goes offline, that means I'm going to have to actually get up to change my thermostat or turn on the light switch. I'm not going to have to just let it, I can't talk. I can live without that.
Right.
And the security cameras, a lot of this stuff, they automatically go to an offline mode anyway. So I cannot, for the life of me, find a valid point to justify this whole nonsense.
Interesting. Do you think people will... let me think of a good way to ask this. A, people may not know to turn it off.
Exactly. That's why we're here.
Yeah, but only the listeners of this show will get that knowledge.
Right.
So they're going to have a whole host of people that won't know.
Right, and that's their whole intention.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, by doing it that way, that's got to be their intention.
Yeah, it's just to fly under the radar. And
But if it's done that way, then this will get the ball rolling. And how many people do you think will actually care? Because, I mean, they might benefit from it. They might be like, yeah, my Echo has spotty service in this part of the house, and now it won't.
yeah, those are the people that'll be all for it, but then the neighbor next door going, I don't want to use my internet to support their devices.
How would they know, though?
Probably not, unless they monitor their stuff.
How would you monitor your stuff to know that?
Well, you can check your,
Like your internet speed might drop?
yeah, you may see a slight slowdown on your internet, depending on what your internet speed is.
Yeah.
And I'm anxious. Well, honestly, I'm anxious to see how it will be detected on the network, because a lot of times you can log into your routers
Yeah.
and see what devices are connected to your network. So I'm anxious to see
This
if
seems
it'll
like
fly under the radar under the main Echo Dot, or if it would actually pick up as an actual device on that network.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It may not even show up on the network, because if it's just going through Amazon, then
Right.
that's
seems like
interesting.
something that maybe was conjured up and tested in, an area where high-speed internet is ubiquitous, and
Yeah, I
they
mean,
say,
I could
a
see
little
like
bit of speed drop won't matter, but around here when you're
yeah,
holding on to
fighting for
Yeah,
every
fighting for-
little megabyte or
Right.
kilobyte or whatever.
In an urban area, everyone would think this was a good idea, but
Yeah, I was thinking sidewalks being like a city block,
Mhm.
and that whole block would kind of strengthen its Amazon deal.
Right.
But it's kind of crazy to me because I don't understand why it's Amazon and how that would really help.
Exactly. That's the thing. For the life of me, I cannot find a legitimate reason, especially the products that it's covering, that this is a legitimate issue that we have to address today.
I mean, do the Echo or Series or whatever it is, all those things have a speed issue?
I know we have an Echo Dot, and
Mhm.
our Frontier service is so terrible that it airs out more than anything.
What's that mean?
Whenever I say, "Hey Alexa, do whatever,"
Yeah.
9 times out of 10, it'll turn blue like it's trying to think, and then all of a sudden it'll go bang. Sorry, unable to.
Complete that request
Yeah.
or whatever. Huh.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. So I mean, it could be an issue at the end of it.
Yeah.
But see, I got to think in an urban area like a city, you wouldn't have that problem because
Right.
cities traditionally have great internet service or cell service, and if they don't, it's because too many people are on it.
Right. And if your Echo, the signal inside your house isn't that strong,
Yeah.
I guarantee you're going to try to find some kind of solution to resolve it. Because if the Echo's signal is low, your phone, your tablet, your gaming console, whatever
Everything's
else
low.
you have on that end of the house is slow too. So
Yeah.
I guarantee you're not going to go, "Hey, this is great, this is wonderful. The internet's great everywhere in the house except for that Echo. We need to fix this Echo. This is a serious
Yeah.
issue."
Right.
I
Right.
cannot this is what I was saying. For the life of me, I cannot figure out.
So I'm assuming you think there's an ulterior motive.
Has to be.
Any idea? You got any pop shots on what it might be?
I think this is purely Joe's paranoia.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we always talk about the phones listening in, and it's no secret that Amazon Echoes have been known to record things other than when you say the trigger word. I think that Amazon is realizing, hey, we're not getting as much data as we need to. If we would bounce off the neighbor's connection, we could improve the data we're pulling.
Interesting.
Because I guarantee there's no possible way this is doing this out of the kindness of their hearts. There's an ulterior motive, and the motive is data. And instead of getting every other possible conversation, now get a steady stream of conversations. There we go. So, am I crazy with that logic?
No, I was just trying to figure out. I go back to how much would they invest in this and for what benefit? There has to be something.
It's the data.
But I mean that's a huge investment to kind of put all this out there and to put into place and then say, okay, trying to tell people, don't worry about it, just so your Echo can have better connection.
Yeah.
It's a lot of effort to kind of try to float that one out.
Exactly.
Well, let me ask you though, wouldn't they already be getting your neighbor's data if you're sharing through Echoes anyway?
Well.
Or what do you mean by that? Maybe I don't understand.
Okay, so they wouldn't be getting. So if you have an Echo in the house, in the part of the house where the signal is spotty,
Yeah.
they're only getting probably half the data that they would like.
I gotcha. So now the increased operation of their equipment will lead to better data.
Yeah, more data input from their end.
Gotcha. Because like yours is only working half time, they don't know what you're asking for because they're not getting it.
Right.
Ah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Amazon getting savvy, but not necessarily in a good way, maybe.
Exactly.
So are you? I know you're a technology guru. You're going to track this box down and unclick it so that.
But yeah.
I don't know that you have a neighbor that you could siphon off of anyway.
No.
Live out in the country.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm going to be one of the first ones right there unchecking that box.
Yeah. So for folks that are more urban, as Justin pointed out, that's something you might want to look at.
Yeah.
Interesting. Unless you do have spotty Echo service and you want to siphon off your neighbor to get better.
Yeah. But they have to have an Echo as well for it to work.
Well, hold on. Would it not, like maybe if someone had a Kindle that they read in your in one corner of their house or something?
No, not a Kindle. Just the devices that I listed.
You listed. Okay, I didn't know if you said Kindle or not.
No,
Okay.
just the Ring devices, the Echoes, and the Tile device.
Gotcha. Okay. Interesting. Okay. Joe's tip of the week.
Turn it off.
Yeah, turn it off. Unless you want it on and then you want to share more of your data.
Yeah.
If you're just a giving,
Generous
generous
person. Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting. Okay.
good stuff. I would have never had any idea that it was even a thing.
Well,
Yeah,
Brought it up.
they're trying their best to fly that under the radar,
Yeah.
but whoops.
yeah. At least on Joe's watch.
That's
so
right.
yeah, hopefully you're a subscriber to Joe's show here and you'll
Nice try, Amazon.
listen to the tip of the week and understand Joe's not going to let you get away with that.
No way.
No way. All right. Well, Joe, great show. You covered Amazon, one update, and then you circled back to it and included it into your tip of the week because those Amazon shopping days, the 21st
Right.
and the 22nd. And then the EA update with Dodgeball. That's a neat looking game. That one almost makes me wish I had. I mean, my son has a video console. I have to talk to him about it.
Yeah. You have him set you up.
See what he says. And then he never lets me play, though. He plays the. What does he play? There's a new one out that's like Fortnite, but a different version. And then he plays the one where you have the cars and you play soccer in a stadium.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah, he likes that because he plays with his friends and they get on teams and play.
Well, now remind him that you know a guy that has full capability of completely disconnecting that thing from the outside world if he does not play nice. So you always have that ace in the hole.
Oh, don't worry. I'm that kind of parent. But the problem is I'm sporadic with, I've played that car soccer game a little bit, but I'm just so bad at it because I don't play.
Right.
So it's not as much fun, but he's always like, oh, you stink. Give me the controller back. But anyway, and then the FBI updated them sharing with.
Have I been pwned?
Yeah, have I been pwned? So interesting stuff. It's been a busy week, Joe. You've been all about it. And we didn't even talk about the meat company hack.
No, we didn't. So.
Maybe next week.
Well, I was gonna say we can cover that. I mean, it's a quick little
Yeah,
tidbit.
Yeah,
That's a
fill
big
me
one.
in a little
A
bit,
bonus story.
real quick. Well, I don't know anything about it, so you guys.
Okay.
Is this it's a West Virginia hack?
No, it's
Okay.
it's the largest meat
Hold
processor.
on. I got to jump in on that, Justin. As the West Virginia deal,
Mhm.
I don't know that West Virginia will ever be hacked.
Yeah.
Just because we're so rural and 7 years behind everybody and everything.
Now don't say that because
Well,
one of
it's
the county
happened to
school
our
systems.
courthouses already.
Yeah, one of the county school systems got hacked a couple years ago.
Marion County Courthouse got hit pretty hard.
Wood County Schools got hacked a few years ago.
What'd they hack for?
Ransomware shut the entire county down to the point they had to have another county print their paychecks.
Oh, well, I mean,
It was a mess.
Yeah, it's in some cases being behind kind of makes you a target if you got the old
Yeah, the old software.
technology.
Yes, so
Easy pickings.
So this meat company called JBSSA, the largest meat processor globally, forced to shut down all of its U.S. beef plants, wiping out output from facilities that supply almost a quarter of American supplies.
No way. The reason why'd they have to shut down? Just because they couldn't
They got hit
function
with,
without their
they got hit with ransomware.
without their. I guess the computer stuff they have in place is all on their computer in terms of keeping track of everything and
Right.
making the whole thing move.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, the slaughter operations across Australia were also shut down, according to a trade group, and one of Canada's largest beef plants also were put to idle. That comes after a weekend attack on the Brazilian company's computer networks, according to JBS post on Facebook, labor unions, and employees.
When you get that big, there's just no way to function you
Yeah.
couldn't hire enough people to keep track of everything. It wouldn't
Yeah.
possibly work. You have to have the computer system.
Yeah, that's literally one of those.
Dang.
And from what so it looks like there was a target. Somebody, these hackers were targeting them. This wasn't just a random drive-by ransomware. They was targeted. So literally, in those cases, it's a win, not if situation. And literally, the only way to prevent that is basically just unplug the internet from everything and say stay offline until the dust settles. And that's just not feasible.
Yeah, and that's JBS is a subsidiary of the Brazilian-based JBS, so it's owned by a Brazilian company. And they are the largest beef packer in the world.
So according to Bloomberg, of all the American beef giants, JBS is the second largest in America.
Yeah.
The first is others, and then Tyson comes in at third, and then Cargill is fourth, and then Leucadia is fifth.
Yeah. It's kind of crazy. So we do a lot here with Patch with food sustainability, and here's what I would say. Stop letting these huge companies buy everything.
Buy local.
Buy local. Yep. Go to small business. That's we follow Joel Salton with his works, and one of his big things was if you had a small farm every 30 miles that did beef, and I'm not saying you got to keep in mind get away from the large manufacturing feedlot mentality. A farm that would grow some vegetables, do some chickens, do some meat chickens, do eggs, do pork, do some rabbit, and do beef.
Yeah.
Then you wouldn't have these problems.
Yeah.
And you could buy locally. The food would be healthier, and you would have sustainability issues. We talk about a lot. Lettuce, 98% of the lettuce comes from Arizona and California.
Yeah.
So when they have an outbreak of salmonella in lettuce, which is crazy, then bam, all of a sudden you're down out. But they're changing. Things are changing. They're doing hydroponic lettuce, which we do here, and they got these big old warehouses they're repurposing into hydroponic lettuce factories that don't have any pesticides, insecticides, or fertilizer or anything like that would cause issues.
Right.
And man, they're picking up steam. Our app harvest over in Kentucky is huge. They grew a ton of tomatoes. They just opened up here last fall.
Yeah.
95% less water, a lot less problems.
Yeah, and it's amazing, and it like I said, it's self-sustaining. So
Yes. Well, it just provides a sustainable food plan for us versus where we put all our stock in these major beef places and major food growing, and then when something happens like this, now I secretly suspect that, hey, beef prices are down, let's raise them a little, same as the gas pipeline thing, but that's just me.
Well, I know when Cena and I, we buy beef, we always buy beef locally, and we typically help support our local youth with the 4-H FFA
Yeah,
stuff.
you guys are big FFA folks. I know Cena was in Work County as well. And
But with the pandemic, we didn't have the opportunity to do that last year, so we actually found another local beef grower, and we bought a beef through them and love it because and it's actually locally processed as well. They have a local meat processor. So,
yeah.
I mean,
And
we
you're
was able to get everything and didn't have to leave the county.
Yeah, and you're supporting a wonderful agricultural program and a
Yeah.
kid that's put a lot of time and effort and work into it, teaching them values.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's great. There's 4 corporations: JBS, Tyson, Cargill, and National Beef. They control over 80% of the American beef market.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And the U.S. has imported the most beef so far, followed by Mexico and Australia. We import beef from 21 different countries.
Yeah, it allows you to go to McDonald's and get a burger for 99 cents. I guess that's the thing driving part of it. You could do that
Yep.
5 times a week instead of paying $5 for a burger once a week.
And there's so many implications that happen here. Like Brazil's the #1 beef exporter in the world. So they're cutting down massive swaths of rainforest every day just to graze cattle.
Mm-hmm.
We don't need air to breathe. It's okay.
Gotta have meat.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and they're a poor country, so
Yeah.
the rainforest doesn't make them any money.
Mm-hmm.
But,
Right.
if you can raise cattle and jump on this beef raising deal, then that's a living for them. So it's hard.
Right.
What do you do here? Do you say, all right, you got to stop cutting down the rainforest so that we can live and have a sustainable planet so our kids can grow up and have oxygen to breathe? Or do you keep your job and feed your family immediately? They're going to feed their family.
Right.
And
Anyway.
Joel Salton was saying that if you had a farm every 30 miles, you could supply
You could take
Could
care
meet
of
the
everybody's
same-
needs. Yep.
produce the same amount that way.
Yeah, and it would provide a
centralized.
lot more jobs, and it would be a local deal. Because, think if you have a working farm, Joel Salton's farm is not very, wow, it might be pretty big comparatively, but it's not, like this big manufacturing deal. They have someone that moves the cows every day. They have someone that, takes care of the rabbits every day. They have someone that takes care of chickens. They have someone that collects eggs, and then they do the processing, and they take some of their stuff to local processors and some they do in-house. But and I'm not sure recently, like last year, I haven't really followed what he did through the pandemic as much, but, he would have his sales on Fridays and Saturdays, and people would drive from 200-300 miles away to come and get a couple coolerfuls of meat and stuff like that and take back because they knew it was good quality. Like, he doesn't use any antibiotics in his beef or anything. Everything's organic and fresh. All his chickens are pastured.
Yeah, you go.
All his pork is pastured.
You test like the work areas and stuff, and ends up the bacteria level is 10 times lower.
Oh,
if not
gosh.
more than a factory situation.
Yeah, and then the administration, one of the last moves the past administration made was to allow chicken production. So for everybody out there that likes chicken, just so you know, one of the last moves by the former administration was to allow chicken factory or chicken processing plants to up their production to 100%. Now, they had it regulated at 75% for the longest time because the increased speed creates more work hazards, more injuries, and worse food health because of the lack of
worse quality.
Yeah, cleaning. I wouldn't even say quality because, man, I don't know. It allows more, to put it bluntly, more poop to be in the food because they don't clean as much and everything's going too fast. But the past administration said, oh, well, we'll do this for the poultry manufacturers. Don't worry about the people's health, in my opinion. And they let them change the legislation so it's cranked up to 100%.
Oh, wow.
So, yep, keep eating that chicken, folks. Just a little plug for ourselves here. Patch has all in-house chicken for the past year and a half. We do not buy chicken from anywhere else for our daycare meals.
Yes, hats off to you guys.
Yeah.
I've seen the videos, and I've not been on site to see the production live, but, you guys have shown videos of...
Yeah.
Yeah, and I know, because I've seen the stuff come in, that you guys don't go cheap on any of it. You don't go cheap on the grain or anything like that.
Yeah, so our chicks, we order them. We've been ordering from Valley Farms Hatchery. They come in at 2 days old, and then Justin and his crew out there at the farm, Kenny and that crew, they put them in. They start them in our little hatchery brooder, and then we move them out to the high tunnels for a couple weeks. And then when they get fully feathered and handle the weather, they go out on grass, and they live, life out on the grass, and they're healthy. All organic food from New Country Organics. So we don't do corn or soy. So
smaller batches, 25 or so.
Yep.
So they're not standing on top of each other.
Right.
Yeah, they got plenty of room.
Every day they have a new patch of grass, which is nice because if you leave them there for too long, they're gonna start.
Oh, they beat it up.
It's just gonna be nothing but poop. So you gotta have space and not try to push the numbers so high that
that's
they're gonna be.
That's what we learned. We know how many chickens we can run on how much land we have, and that's the problem. So if we were just looking at a profit base, which is what most businesses do,
right,
then you would try to pump as many animals as you could on a small space, but that leads to degradation of your food.
Right.
Our chickens don't stand in their own filth. They have fresh water every day. They have fresh grass every day. They eat bugs. They eat the grass. So they're way healthier. Yeah. And then when we process them, as Justin said, we're processing them in batches of 25 on our trailer, which is in the open air and sunlight, and all the bacteria gets killed off.
Yeah.
We stainless steel, everything's stainless steel, and we clean it good with bleach. And then it sets in the sun for, a couple, 3-4 weeks before we come back to it. So our bacteria level is got to be next to nothing.
Yeah.
Versus a factory where it's like...
It's all flying.
Oh, it's millions of parts of bacteria broken down. It's just crazy how dirty it is. So.
And speaking from firsthand experience, I had...
Did you have chicken for lunch yesterday?
No, I had chicken noodle soup from your all's kitchen one day.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, you got
Awesome.
Oh, yeah,
awesome. And it just
they do a good job of using all sorts of the different parts of the bird.
Yeah, our cook
and
Billy
I know
Blocks
Sadie
is
gets
amazing.
it through the daycare, and she loves it. So cannot speak highly enough on your all's.
And you think the big guys are going to get you a much cheaper, less expensive product, but then you run the numbers and it's not a whole lot different.
Yeah.
Organic chicken bought at Walmart, we did the calculations and we're getting about the same.
Yeah.
The same, cost effectiveness per pound of food and all that stuff. So.
Plus, this way you know what's in it.
The huge guys are going to be able to do cheaper. There's no way around that. But
Right. But
it's not.
But it's a trade-off. You know exactly what's in this chicken.
Yeah.
Where you're buying it at the big box stores, you have no. It says it's chicken, and I'll just leave it at that.
Yeah. Well, and it's kind of crazy. You gotta be careful because we've had some people talk to us. You know, when we in our feed supply, we went up to get other organic feed until we could get our big shipment in and stuff like that. And they're like, "Oh, just buy cat food." And I'm like, "No. I know it's cheap, but the ingredients in cat food are horrible." Yeah. And they're like, "Oh, that's what I feed my chickens," and stuff like that. And that's one of the scarier stories that we've had, talking about food, is that, people out there are feeding their chickens the cheapest stuff they can possibly get, but then they want to eat their eggs and say, well, these are, healthy eggs. And then it becomes an issue because are they?
Yeah.
If you're feeding them junk cat food, which, is rough.
Right.
But anyway.
Yeah.
So if you're interested, go on our, you're already on our Facebook page for the most part, but patch21.org or Facebook.com/patch21. You can look at all our agricultural stuff. So interesting stuff. All right. Well, Joe, we have went way off topic. Justin, you're doing a rough job here, buddy,
I
of
don't know
keeping
how we
everything on
got
track.
from Amazon to chickens, but
Yeah,
we
you're
got there
welcome.
somehow.
You're welcome.
Sidewalk to the farm somehow.
Well, Joe, if anybody needs to get a hold of you over those three, so you talked about EA Sports, Amazon, FBI, and then back to Amazon. If anybody needs any help or would like more information or just has technology needs in general, and I know you came in early this morning working on Zach's computer. Zach can tear up an anvil with a rubber hammer.
I'm starting to see that.
Yeah, but anyway, if anybody needs any help with their technology, phone, laptop, iPad, whatever, internet connection, I know you guys do a ton of stuff, networking. If they want to get a hold of you or Cena, how they get a hold of you?
You give us a call at our office at 304-927-3588. Check out our website at amdigitaltechnologies.com or subscribe to the podcast Help Desk with Joe and Dave. We're on all the major platforms, hosted by Anchor.fm. And follow us on social media. We're on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter at AM Digital Tech for all that.
All right. Well, folks, there you go. Another week with great stuff from Joe and A&M Digital Technologies. And then, as you probably already are aware, but Joe and Cena take care of all our patch stuff, and we got a lot of patch technology stuff that we do with our students and everything else that's involved. And we'll be back next week with more Help Desk with Joe. So for myself, Justin, and Joe, we'll see you next week. Everybody have a great week.